Yeah, this is Point Blank. Coming hard and off the car. Coming with the flow straight from the mountain. Coming with the heat from the damn street. Coming with the facts, the crack backs, and the boom bip to their line ass lips. This is what we must do. This is Point Blank. PBNN. Point Blank. National News. The late and the great edition. The ghetto edition as well. Because this is what we must do. As we see. You know what I'm saying? As we see in more ways than one, people. Stupid thing. As we see in more ways than one, the different things that's going on in our country and the world as a whole. And we have to start to make sure that we make these people answer for their actions, especially for their actions. It is highly important that we make them answer for their action, because when they do things, a lot of people think, oh, well, they just did it and that's it, and, they're a criminal or whatever the bad vibes you might think about them, and then, they get away with it completely because it just goes out to the minds of people. The people just get tired of it, or sometimes, say they bring it up from time to time, but it really has no effect when it comes to the persecution or the criminal acts that have been made to be taken to court and brought charges against them, and also for them to answer for their crimes. This don't seem to happen to the Demon Democrats and many government officials as well. You know what I'm saying? Even when they try to put these charges on Trump, excuse me, you know what I'm saying, when they try to put these charges on Trump, they try to make it seem like, there was so much criminal shit going on, you know what I'm saying, as to what Trump was doing. But many of the charges in which that is trumped up against Trump seems to be charges that holds no merit, no water. It's just one big poppy political theater, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? But when you look at the difference with Joe Biden, and you look at his family up there, all the stuff they have done, and even more, you know what I'm saying, when you go through the whole Demon Democratic camp, you know what I'm saying, and even sometimes, like I said, the Republicans as well. You know what I'm saying, over the years, they have been involved in many things, even when we go back to the days when, they did these different massacres in these different towns and these different places of black people for some reason, all across the planet Earth. But at the same time, we still see the Black Madonna and Child, you know what I'm saying? So something don't make sense and somebody's doing a whole lot of lying, you know what I'm saying? But we have to make sure that we understand many things that's going on, and one of them cannot be the fact of helping and facilitating these people in the garbage that they do. You know what I'm saying? Because that goes to show that these people is by the millions who are following behind this Luciferian doctrine of these demon Democrats and their democracy as they would call it. You know what I'm saying? And we're not in that no more. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to keep hearing these names and words, and they don't mean much when it comes to what is done to the people on the planet as a whole by other greedy ass people who think they're so smart, but they're not smart. They were just able to play on people's mind, and at the same time, while they're playing on people's mind, you know what I'm saying, they get in there and they get that tenor, that seat, that tenor, and that control and power using our government, that people don't see that the government should not be used in that way. You know what I'm saying? And that's the part in which they are missing. So they allow them to do what they do, and then, it just leads to a whole bunch of garbage in the end. Even when we look at the Green Group, what you call the Green Group, gives Joe Biden an early endorsement. Imagine that. You know what I'm saying? So we know who the Green Group is and what they're all about. know what I'm saying? In more ways than one. This is coming out. I think it looks like Eli or Eli or whatever Eli Il Stukulus. Here comes the six again. You know what I'm saying? 6 hours ago, Eastern Standard Time, coming off the political. You know what I'm saying? But we see four of the nation's biggest environment. Listen to this. Four of the nation's biggest environmentalist advocates, group officials endorse Joe Biden. You know what I'm saying? Re-election campaign Wednesday night at an early declaration of support that serves as a show of appreciation for having passed the most sufficient climate legislation in history last year. Yeah, okay. But that's just talk, and talk is cheap. When we see it happening, then we can talk. You know what I'm saying? Just like they're sucking out all the oil out of the ground, but that's no more than a coolant to keep the heat down that they're sucking out the ground. You know what I'm saying? So in more ways than one, and not just that, many other things across the planet that we see has been going on. You know what I'm saying? And he got enough to sit up here talking about many have been with me throughout his career, throughout your criminal career, creepy Joe Biden. You know what I'm saying? And don't give me that bullshit because he's sitting up, when you look at the flags in this photo, you know what I'm saying, of a political, you know what I'm saying, you see he's standing between a bunch of admiral flags. So we know what that means by them using these admiral flags in court as well. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you will see them with the yellow frizzles around it. When you see an American flag with frizzles around the outside of it, the yellow frizzles around the outside of it, that's called an admiral flag. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, the admiral flag is used to do, you know, by the sea, you know what I mean, in more ways than one and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? You know, where they have that manifesto, you know, and all this different garbage that they have done to this country in more ways than one. People need to look into a lot of that when we look at the admiral jurisdiction as well. But we see Governor Kathy Hochul, not keys behind, blasting for New York's migrants' response. There has been zero leadership. This is coming in by Zachary Williams 9 hours ago, Eastern Standard Time, of the New York Post. You know what I'm saying? Albany governor, you know, this is coming, I guess, by way of Albany as well. You know what I'm saying? But we see Governor Kathy Nottkis Hochul claims she's leading New York through the migrant crisis while leaving it to Mayor Greasyhead Juicy Q-Ball Adams to decide where asylum seekers should go upstate despite the fierce resistance from some local polls. I'm leading in a way, that the governor is supposed to lead. You know what I'm saying? That is to survey all land available to have control over SUNY campus, psychopathic centers, former prisons, and make that available to the mayor, Hochul told reporters in Albany. And you also are criminal, just like the rest of the demon Democrats, you and greasy-head, bald-headed Adams, going along with this stupid-ass plan, bringing these people in the country, and then turning around and have no place for them to go, but yet still we want to know why, and you haven't asked, and probably will never answer. You want everybody to focus on only asylum seeking, but you're not focusing on what caused them to run over here by the zillions and the gillions and the millions, you know what I'm saying, all at one time. You know what I'm saying? So we know that something has been going on over there in their country, in El Salvador, Guatemala, all of them, you know what I'm saying? Have been carrying on, government people going in there, all kinds of corruption going on, just like you see here in the United States. And the United States somehow involved in their country for years as well, corrupting countries, because, you know what I'm saying, for some reason America seems to be one of the countries that, you know what I'm saying, always can go around and corrupt, you know what I'm saying, and I guess seek revenge in more ways than one by fucking up your country and coming in there and corrupting the government to the point where they cause the government to fall into civil war. This is a Soros type, you know what I'm saying? This is a Soros group right here. He's the type of, when you look at Soros before him, it was Henry Kissinger, you know what I'm saying? And they keep doing the same bullshit over and over. This is during Henry Kissinger. It was, I guess, during the time of, I think maybe Nixon, so, you know what I'm saying? And I think he was a Russian as well. But for some reason, they seem to come into our country and able to get up into our government, you know what I'm saying, any possible way they can by being a billionaire and saying that they're philanthropists. My question still remains, why should billionaires have to say for the regular people in any shape or form? You got billions of dollars, you already made your money. You need to take your money, shut the fuck up, and get out of the way so that people can do what they have to do in order to make the country and the world a greater place for their children to grow up in. But meanwhile, we see people like Greasy Head Adams and crazy ass witch, if you ask me, Cathy Nutcase Axel, you know what I'm saying, doing this asylum seeking thing as if like nobody don't know this is an orchestrated plan in many ways in order to make sure that you have enough of these people in the country so you can legalize them, and then they'll be thanking you by being loyal to you and voting for you, even Democrats maybe 5 years from now, as they, you know, decide to explode based on their breeding and so forth, and spreading out all over the place, you know what I'm saying? So we know, even upstate New York, Canada's and places like that, you know what I'm saying? Same thing going on up there with Brother Trudeau, you know what I'm saying? I think that nobody don't know their little demon democratical plans, you know what I'm saying, by having your cronies all across, even going back, like I said, many years to now, cronies all over, destabilizing countries, you know what I'm saying, letting slavery and enslavement go on, but talking about equality and freedom and Jesus Christ and the Bible. What God is you praising? Because the God that they're praising ain't the God that you think that they are praising. You know what I'm saying? Because what God will be talking all goody two-shoe shit but going out sanctioning slavery. It doesn't make any sense. And see, this is why much of the religions today that we see even black people follow is pure shit. You know what I'm saying? Even right here in this neighborhood, we got new people moving in as well, you know what I mean? Every day in these neighborhoods, you know what I'm saying? We don't know who's moving in these different apartment complexes and neighborhoods and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? And they sit around you and they spy. You know what I'm saying? Some of them are even sent to probably spy on you. So watch your neighbors, like I said, in more ways than one, we must do so. You know what I'm saying? But we see, you know what I'm saying, she talking about some Serbia available, you know what I'm saying, have control over this and that. On Tuesday, she said to a reporter on Argy, you know, Adams would make the decision, you know what I'm saying, but, you know what I'm saying, you can't make decisions to push these people into areas. Like I said, most of the areas that they are going to push these people into is going to be the areas like, you know what I'm saying, like what she said, prisons, psychopathic, but most of them is going to probably be, you know, end up in the black community, you know what I'm saying, and we don't want no tussle be going on between the two, you know what I'm saying, because they have a tendency to do shit like that. One thing they're very good at is manipulating, you know what I'm saying, in foreign affairs and causing one to go against the other. You know what I'm saying? This is called divide and conquer in their bullshit. You know what I'm saying? We see a new affordable housing building on Long Island just for the LGBTQ community. You know what I'm saying? While people out here have been homeless in cold streets because it gets very cold out here on Long Island East End. And out here is the rent is damn near about $4,000 or $5,000 already. You know what I'm saying? And you talking about affordable homes, but many of the people out here have been struggling for years to get affordable homes. But you all of a sudden have affordable home for LGBTQ. Oh yeah, but what about all the people? And much of the affordable homes that they talk about do not reach the people who need affordable homes. It always goes to people who, you know, they choose to put in affordable homes. Let's put it that way. So the racism to me is still on. I don't give a damn whether black people live there or not. You know what I'm saying? Because the people that are supposed to reach, it doesn't really reach. And that goes for a lot of single individuals who's coming out their mama house, you know what I'm saying, and gotta come out paying $3,000 a month. Don't give me that bullshit. All the demon Democrats in this state is doing is just making it harder for people to live, so it drives them completely out of New York. But we see cops set to be interim police commissioner was accused of making, you know what I'm saying, what? Lumious related threats. I don't know what that means. Lumia or whatever threats. This is coming in by Greg B. Smith 5 hours ago. Eastern Standard Time. Coming off the city news. You know what I'm saying? But we see here where, you know what I'm saying, Ben Tenberg or whatever his name is, city, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying, the high-ranking New York City cop said to become the intern police commissioner, I think it's called, in term police officer, police commissioner, was accused in 2006 of threatening a man who declined to produce his ID during a questioning, stop, and frisk. First Deputy Commissioner Edward Cabon, you know what I'm saying, then a police captain, allegedly told the man he was getting ready with the what? Boomstick, you know what I'm saying, in reference to uh, Abner, what is it? I think his name is Abner Lumia? Yeah, Abner Lumia or something like that. In for which infamous brutalization at the hands of NYPD officers in 1997, which they pushed the officer arrested him and somehow they push a broomstick up his ass, a black man. What kind of shit is that? What's up with this broomstick up people's ass? And what's up with that? But the independent civil complaint review board, the CCRB, you know what I'm saying, substantiated the man's claim that he was wrongfully issued a summons for disobeying the law order, but said that his his claim Garbone had cursed at and threatened him, and which Garbone denied were unfounded. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? There's many things we have to look at in the police department, and especially NYPD. There needs to be some reform there. I'm not talking about defunding anything. It needs to be reformed because if you have good cops, why would you defund their money when they're doing a good job? You know what I'm saying? So one cop can't speak for all because in their fraternal order of the blue, you know what I'm saying, in more ways than one, they try to be this little team thing going on and they all together as one. But officers has got to start standing up for the right. You know what I'm saying? If you're there to protect and serve, then protect and serve. And stand up for the law and for the right. Do not let the team blue be your downfall or, you know what I'm saying, you caught in the crossfire of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But we see Karan Keaton or whatever his name Swell's registration is a real shame for New York. You know what I'm saying? Look like Corin Keachan, Swell, what is it? Swell, I think his name, registered is a real shame. You know what I'm saying? For New York, we see the finger pointing has begun in the wake of Keachan Swell's surprising resignation. Keachan, I think her name is, you know what I'm saying? Swell's surprising resignation as New York Commissioner. Many of Swell's, I guess, you know what I'm saying, Swell's supporters claim Mayor Cuba Greasy Adams never really let her run the department without City Hall's approval first. You know what I'm saying? Those supporters, including the Nassau County Executive Laura Corin, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, Corin Keeshan as well, right? Laura Corin, who saw her work firsthand when Swallow was promoted to county chief of detective. Corin appeared on 710 WOR, you know what I'm saying, with Lynn Berman and Michael Riedel, you know what I'm saying, in the morning program to talk about Keyshawn, I think her name is, Swallow. She got to know, you know what I'm saying? But we see she is a consummate professional, a consummated mate professional. I don't know what that really means when you use these stupid ass words and don't speak English. You know what I'm saying? Professional, a true leader. You know what I'm saying? Corbin told Berman and Riddell. You know what I'm saying? A bet of behind the scenes, she was frustrated due to, you know what I'm saying, the micromanaging, not having enough power as she should have had. This is, you know what I'm saying, what I'm hearing. It's a shame because crime was starting to go into the right direction. And she came from Nassau County, so it's hard for an outsider to come to the police department like the NYPD and so quickly win the trust of the rank and files. You know what I'm saying? But that's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? She should have the power she needs to do the job that she needs. And she shouldn't have to be answering to Mayor Greasy Head Adams' bald-headed ass every time she makes a decision. Cut that bullshit out. You know what I'm saying? Because in more ways than one, demon Democrats talk a lot of shit, but to me they don't respect the women's rights in no shape or form. You know what I'm saying? Pulling that little bullshit ass stunt talking about you support abortion rights, you know what I'm saying, and set up the court, you know what I'm saying, to make the decision to fall in the hands of the Republicans so you can use that as a tool to say that you care about women so damn much. But no, you don't. You're just as racist, just as any other group, just who, even probably the Arabs, against the women when you do the shit that you do. You know what I'm saying? And Mrs. Keyshawn, I hate to mess up your name, you know, Keyshawn, you know what I'm saying? Swells, you should have the power she needs to do her job. Greasy Head Adams is setting up shit to go and make it happen this way and that way so he can keep our city bubbling while the migrants slide in and all type of other bullshit. So this is why he want to make sure that she doesn't stop his plans or any plans that the demon Democrat has as far as New York is concerned with creep Joe Biden and his whole programmatical bullshit. You ain't fooling me. with that. We see reparations for slavery. Lawmakers in New York passed the bill. You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, that's good to hear. But it still don't mean much to me when it comes to the demon democratical bullshitical rule that we have in New York while you're talking that piece of garbage. Because, you know what I'm saying, we know for well they should have been gave us reparations in New York and all over the world. Period. Period. You need to pay back the black people or give the black people what you stole from them by giving it back in a more righteous way and giving it up. But like I said, every time the demon Democrats fall into trouble, they pull out the black card and talk about this reparations bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm sorry to say it that way. When I say bullshit, I mean bullshit in their hands, as their hands to be the decision to give it to us. That's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? We know the just due and what we have done as a nation and a people, and we will never let them forget it. You know what I'm saying? We built damn near this world. You know what I'm saying? And everything in it. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to even the science itself. You know what I'm saying? Many of the science talking about solar power. Egypt had solar power. Talking about lacrosse. Lacrosse came, you know what I'm saying, it's not an American sport. You know what I'm saying? In more ways than one. Many of these things that they are stolen from the people, even the culture, and even want to steal probably our color. You know what I'm saying? You know, sir, they want to steal the black off your skin. You know what I'm saying? Needs to wake up to the bullshit. We don't need to continue to hear anything about reparations coming from the demon Democrats when you know full well you ain't going to deliver shit. Because black people have been struggling in this here New York State for many, many, many years. You know what I'm saying? And many different programs by your crooked government has come down on my African people, going from even drugs to cocaine to AIDS to all types of bull you threw at black people. And they're still standing, ain't they? But I tell you what, we tired of your bull, and you need to come clean, especially when it comes to passing the bill and delivering on your bill that you passed. You know what I'm saying? Talking about setting up a committee, you know what I'm saying, in a significant move. You know what I'm saying? The state of New York passed a bill that, you know, would establish a commission to explore the possibility of reparation for slavery to address the enduring and detrimental consequences. You know what I'm saying? AP News reports. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you setting up our committee. You need to get the commission popping and get our reparation, especially in New York. You know what I'm saying? As hard as y'all been on black people, you know what I'm saying? You owe us a great deal, even here in New York, in Long Island as a whole. Don't give me that bullshit. And the whole world need to wake up to the facts of you should never enslave no one. And you shouldn't be invading people's countries, and you shouldn't be pulling tricks and putting dope and garbage in people's neighborhood in order to set them back so they do not run for government or have any governmental overpower in your governmental system. Don't give me that bullshit. So you need to stop talking this garbage about reparations and get to giving it up, punk. You know what I'm saying? Get out of my face. Tired of hearing your bullshit. Where is it? You know what I'm saying? But we see Long Island, 250 commission seeks to include Native Americans and Africans. I don't know about all the Americans. You know what I'm saying? Africans. You know what I'm saying? Because this is Africa in a celebration of American history. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to hear it, because when you look at even the Revolutionary Wars and the different wars and all these different wars they had, black people was in there fighting right along with them or was forced to be fighting alongside of them. You probably even had free blacks. You know what I'm saying? We probably had slaves and everything too, you know, involved in this whole shit too. You know what I'm saying? This is coming up by the Virginian Huel or whatever 9 hours ago, you know what I'm saying? But we see Nassau and Suffolk County executive signed an executive order Wednesday to plan and include commemoration of Declaration of Independence, you know what I'm saying, and American Revolution, you know what I'm saying. Revolution Day are calling the island, Long Island, 250 commission, you know what I'm saying, commission, and it will be made up of local historians and representatives from 5 Indian nations and the African history community. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So get it popping and give my people the just due that belongs to them and stop the talking. Because it should have been done already for a nation to talk about Jesus Christ and how we love everybody and we all need to be saved by and repent and all this different love and all this and that. And, you know what I'm saying? It sure don't show in that fake ass book. You know what I'm saying? The shit that you're talking about. It doesn't match. So you need to really cut that out too. Because you're beginning to embarrass yourself. You know what I'm saying? But we see Nassau Police Commissioner Defense outgoing New York Commissioner Swalwell after Fox News host called appointment a flop. Yeah, and that's a fact. You know what I'm saying? But we see Trump raises 6.6 million in 6 days after federal charges, after 10 million in 5 days from 5 days from the New York case. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He needs to be pushing on because, you know what I'm saying, he needs to be the number one guy in the spot right now. And, you know what I'm saying, and for Republicans, even Chris Christie and many other Republicans to be talking shit about Donald Trump, you know what I'm saying, we know you is a mole and a sellout, you know what I'm saying, and need to stay off them damn crack pipes. Mm-hmm. Talking about you running for presidency, I don't see who would vote for many of these Republicans other than Trump. Trump is the leading force of it right now, and we need him, either him or somebody that they put up that have sense enough to do what he did and go and, you know, say switch these things around and correct these problems that needs to be corrected because the demon Democrats are still running down the road. I mean, there is things in this world that we know not about, you know what I'm saying? But it's not unexpected because this is what they do. They want to captivate everything, clock everything, roll everything down. I mean, it goes all the way back to Kennedy, you know what I'm saying? And many other things. Meanwhile, they running, jumping, and I guess feeding them, you know what I'm saying? You know. But we see Jake Trapper, you know, draws laugh from the Ocasio, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, you know what I'm saying, as she blows through 39-second fact check of 8 Trump lies. You know what I'm saying? You know, she's a nutcase asshole, you know what I'm saying? I'm just going to be frank. You know, but this is coming in by the media, you know what I'm saying? This is coming in by Timothy Christopher, 19 hours ago, Eastern Standard Time. We see Eastern Standard Time, actually. You know what I'm saying? But we see this coming off the media, but we see CNN News, Jake Trapper, drew laugh, you know, saying from New York demon Democratic Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez as she laughed. Yeah, she gonna laugh while Rome burned. You know what I'm saying? What the hell does she care? You know what I'm saying? That's why they bring these people to put them in our government, you know what I'm saying? Because they want them to rule over black people. They don't want us to ever get it back or have the top spot. You know what I'm saying? So black people need to either wake up, shut up, or just move to the side and get out of the way and let the real people do what they're supposed to do. We don't see no organization of the black mentality in many shapes and forms. You know, see even in the hoods and the different neighborhoods across the world. And we don't see many of the progress, but we do see influential things that they put in the neighborhood to distract them and even educational wise as well. You know what I'm saying? While she sits up here, a Latino looking woman, laughing her garbage ass ride off with that red dress on, probably sucking blood, you know what I'm saying, in more ways than one over there in that damn Baphomet church they got over there in South America, that huge Baphomet statue, you know what I'm saying, while she's sitting over there laughing and a bunch of bullshit, you know what I'm saying. It Dizzy 39-second fact check, you know what I'm saying, of brief clips from Trump, the President of the United States, post-arrest speech. You know what I'm saying? Who gives a flying? Nobody give a flying. Ocasio, North Cortez, and John Trump and his bullshit. Damn idiot. Nobody gives a flying. I want to hear anything from Jay Trapper. You know what I'm saying? Jay Trapper and Ocasio, North Cortez could take what do you call that shit? You know what I'm saying? The eastbound, the westbound bus or something. You know what I'm saying? To nowhere, pack your bags and get the fuck out of our country. You know what I'm saying? While people moving in and using their little devices to listen over here. I hope you hear me clear, sucker. You know what I mean? Because we don't give a heck about no Jig Trapper, no Ocasio. Stop listening to these people. I don't give a damn how much newscast. I don't care how much talk show they have. I don't care how they're on TV all the time. Stop listening to them and make decisions for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And stop sucking the demon democratical nuts because you're getting goody two-shoes out of it. Nobody with that little girl and little boy bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You call yourself a grown man. How the hell are you still sucking on a lollipop? You know what I'm saying? And there's a whole lot of them running around there. You know what I'm saying? But we see Tish, Letitia. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Call her Letitia. You know what I'm saying? James, you look more man. But Jesus, James, you need to start looking more realistic if you're going to call yourself being a woman. You know what I'm saying? But we see Tisha James say she received death threats amid Trump's persecution. And they're talking about persecution, really. You know what I'm saying? This is coming in by Julia Marsh and who is it? Carrier Frazier. One day ago, sorry to mess up the name. I'm not gonna be struggling with your name. One day ago on the Political. But we see Letitia James, you know what I'm saying, sitting up there talking about she gave some death threats. You know what I'm saying? She had threats on her life amid the partisan anger fueled by Donald J. Trump. No, it's not fueled by Donald J. Trump. That's a lie. Wordplay and propaganda. You're full of shit then. You're full of shit now. Probably gonna be full of shit in the future. You know what I'm saying? It was done by the demon Democrats and their bullshit. And Letitia James is a demon Democrat Attorney General, and just like Alan Bragg's dumbass, you know what I'm saying, and should know better. You know what I'm saying? Is you gonna stop annihilation and nuclear war by talking this garbage that you talk? You ain't gonna do shit. And if they was to shoot a nuclear weapon that they can't stop and it hits New York, Letitia James, just like the rest of us, is gonna go up in smoke. So get out of my face.